Hey everybody, Ted Fletcher with FMS Integration. Hey, I wanted to go through, I had run into this a while back and I've been meaning to make a video on it. So within Modbus, typically most of us that are familiar with Modbus, it's usually like a 5-digit number, being like 40,001, 30,001, whatever it may be, going up to 39,999. But there are more and more devices from manufacturers that are not using the old traditional 5-digit number set, but also bringing it to a Modbus extended 6-digit set. So here I have an application with a field device that is using the Modbus extended, the 6-digit register format. So manufacturer doesn't have the best documentation, so I'll just pull up a sheet and kind of show you. So some points that they have follow the 5-digit format. Other ones are using the 6-digit format. So here I'm going to show you, because in Tridium, and I'll show you the error if you've never come across this, what gets back if I try to put in the full 6 digits, and then how we're, instead of using the Modbus from the type selection, we're going to use decimal, and then want to bring this in. So whenever you're looking at your register map, there is a slight conversion you got to do, whether it's an input register, a holding register. Haven't really seen it much with input status and coils, but it's more your holding register set being that 40,000 or 400,000 in the case of extended, and then the input register set 30,000 or 300,000. So what you need to do is you need to find whatever that register is, and most documentation nowadays is based on PLC offset, or that +1 from whatever the base Modbus register address is. So we're going to end up using the base 0. So if you know that things are formatted in the documentation from that manufacturer of PLC style register, you need to subtract 1 from it, and then we're just going to lob off the 4 or the 3 from the beginning part. That way it'll give us this final number. So I'll show you real quick here. So I'm just going to drag this out. Then when looking at my screen here, so if I go new, I'm just going to do numeric point. I'm just going to do point to add 1. These are float style 32-bit format registers. So then if I tried to take my register, I'm lazy, I'm just copying it off of the one sheet, put it on there, put it into there. I'm going to select float from my data type. So you can kind of see string address, Modbus, which typically you use with most units, and then I have the address called out there. So now if I click on OK, I end up getting the error back telling me that I have to be within this range to this range with using input register or holding registers. So I'm just going to go back to OK. So here is where we're just going to slightly modify it. So I'm going to go from Modbus to decimal. I'm going to knock the 4 off of the beginning part of that register address, and then I got to subtract 1 from that PLC address to bring it back to a base 0. So I'm going to change it to 18361. So now by configuring it like this, if I click OK, and what point was that? That was CurrentPhaseA. Doesn't really matter for demo, but I'll just update that there. So we got that all set up normal. I think this is every 5 seconds that pulls out. So now I'm going to click on OK. And then you can see we have our calculated value coming through. I was looking at this device a couple days ago, and that's about the average current that I was seeing on the phase A output of this bigger power distribution unit. So there you go. So like I said, the biggest thing is usually create yourself a cheat sheet. I always like doing build guides with a lot of the equipment I work on. That way you can look at as far as having your standard Modbus register address, whatever is published from the manufacturer, and then be able to then convert it to the decimal, and then just make sure when you're setting up your string type and the data type, that you have decimal selected, take the leading 4 or 3 off from that address, and then subtract the address by 1 if the manufacturer is using that PLC type addressing format. So there you go, short and sweet. Maybe someday Tridium will do something more natively with that 32-bit, but thank you to Cochrane Tech Services. They actually had advised when dealing with a 32-bit float or long in that extended type format to use the decimal in the string type in order to be a workaround. So hope this is helpful. So thank you for your time, and I hope you have a great day.